Hi, Shanti. I'm speaking to you from Israel. Being part of the first group of artists in residence gave me many new opportunities. You believed in me, which gave me tremendous confidence. I want to remind you of some of these opportunities. I spoke at a DC church during a cancer symposium. I led movement workshops at a retreat center in Maryland and at the Washington Hospital Center. I went on one of the early retreats as a cancer patient and met Barbara Smith Coleman, who showed me Anna Halprin's book. This had a tremendous effect on my life. I attended Anna's workshop in California and later created Healing Through Movement workshops for breast cancer survivors at the Jewish Community Center in Rockville, and I also did workshops at cancer seminars. You deeply affected my life, and I hope in your retirement we have time to spend together and continue to grow our friendship. I know whatever your next step is, you will have a positive effect on those around you. I thank you for being in my life.
Shanti, a muffin, some tea. Shanti, I call you the woman, you've never heard me call you this, but I thought of this. The woman with the wild hair, the warm heart, and the wondrous spirit. I remember when you invited me to join Smith Farm, the Smith Farm family in 1997. Can you believe it was that long ago? When I was doing my chef internship at Cool Font Resort in West Virginia. Of course, I said yes immediately because some part of me knew that some part of you got who I was. I knew when you gave that invitation that all my gifts would be well used. You see, this is one of your callings, Shanti, to look for and find truth. You discovered, believed in, brought out, and nurtured the true goodness and skills of the staff at Smith Center. You've been the loving and fierce mother who would do anything to protect the body, heart, and spirit of this organization. Shanti, to me, you epitomize the realistic optimist. You have stood with me and so many others in the middle of my deep, dark, scary times and helped me see hope and find peace. And as I think about it, this is what an artist does. They use shadow and light to reveal truth. And you and Barbara Smith Coleman, as artists together, created a center that allows people to see their humanity and their divinity. You stood witness as someone would look at their wounds, and you rejoiced with them as they recognized the brush strokes of healing. Thank you, Shanti, for helping me become a healing artist, and for showing me that the true primary color is love. And by the way, for anybody watching this, next time you see Shanti, ask her to demonstrate the fajita choreography of the Taco Bell canon. I love you, Shanti.
Since being asked to be a part of this tribute to the woman we all love, I've given a great deal of thought to the question of what makes Shanti Norris so special. What is it that makes her such an effective leader, a person who gathers friends around her so effortlessly, who exudes wisdom and grace and playfulness? I've thought about it, but I confess I haven't come up with an answer. I don't know what the ingredients are to the special Shanti sauce, but I can testify to its power. It is just not possible to say no to Shanti Norris. It cannot be done. When she asked me to serve on the planning committee for the first Alchemical Vessels event 5 years ago, I said yes. And when she asked me to be the MC for the evening, I said yes again, despite the heavy damage to my dignity and reputation. And then I said yes when she asked every year after that, because you can't say no to Shanti. Shanti, I'm going to miss you very, very much. You have earned this time of freedom and rest, although I'm willing to bet there won't be a whole lot of rest involved. But we will miss you. Don't be a stranger, please.
Shanti, I Googled the definition of partner, and several of the definitions fit our relationship quite well. One referred to two people performing an action together like dance partners. Well, we've certainly danced together through renovations, celebrations, and losses. The other definition that I thought was appropriate referred to the heavy timbers that strengthen a ship's deck to support a mast. There have been times our mast has felt quite heavy, but knowing that we were in it together brought me strength, and I always felt confident that we would weather any storm that came our way. We've worked together almost 11 years in true partnership. It has been my honor and blessing to have shared this journey at Smith Center with you. You have challenged me both personally and professionally to grow as a person, and I deeply thank you for that. I look forward to sharing many more years of friendship and new adventures with you. Much love, Shanti.
I first of all want to say to Shanti, congratulations on 21 years of building a remarkable institution. And I want to also thank you for inviting me to join this board and be part of its wonderful impact that it has. When I first met the Smith Center, it was through our son Brendan, who was 19 when he was diagnosed with brain cancer. He spent some time in the rehab hospital and was coming back to himself, and he loved to write. And someone referred me to this organization called the Smith Center for Healing in the Arts. I had never heard of it, but I looked on the website and you had a poetry writing workshop coming up one afternoon. We registered Brendan, and Brendan attended that poetry writing workshop, and the poems and the feelings and the experience tumbled right out of him. And as a result of that, we have a tremendous book that was published by Finishing Line Press that includes these works that he created in one single afternoon here with John Fox. So in honor of that, I'd like to read one of Brendan's poems, which is called L'Chaim. L'Chaim, to Life, by Brendan Hogg. Feather rug, soft bed of matted grass. Why did I question this place of endless beauty? Life, to my friend in weakness. Where was my heart before this time? Now I feel it in my breast. Put your hand there, fingers spreading from the palm, and feel the warm, insistent pulse. Thank you, Shanti, for creating an organization that provides hope and light to people going through cancer.
I've been a member of Smith Farm Artists in Residence since 2001. And that's how long I've known Shanti. I knew nothing about cancer or patients. I mean, I was just green. The Artists in Residence was for 10 years. Did this for 10 years, twice a week. Washington Hospital, Holy Cross, Howard University, and the military hospital. So, yes, but she was an amazing director. She was able to guide us. She was a compassionate visionary, and she was skillfully getting involved in neighborhoods and places that she'd never been. She was willing to try different things. And I'm so proud to be a member of this organization that anytime you can always come back open arms.
Hi, Shanti. It is such a joy for me to express my gratitude for over 2 decades of partnership at Smith Center for Healing in the Arts. I want to thank you for your extraordinary leadership through these 20 years, for all you did to make Barbara Smith Coleman's vision of a Center for Healing in the Arts into a reality. The beautiful building that you reinvented, the extraordinary programming that you've done, the extraordinary staff that you've brought together, the whole community that has come together around you at Smith Center. I will always cherish and be grateful for our partnership. I know our friendship will continue, and I trust and hope that you know what you have achieved. Be well, be blessed. With all my love, Michael.
I met Shanti shortly after she arrived here in Washington. She was somebody Michael knew well, and he introduced her to Barbara. They clicked immediately. Shanti is the most patient, positive, kind, and persistent person I know as Smith Center has grown and blossomed. My respect and friendship with Shanti has grown and blossomed. I think it's interesting that I'm sitting in front of this Christmas poinsettia, which most people toss after Christmas because they're dead. And this one is flourishing. And I think as I walked in and saw this plant all abloom with red blossoms, I thought, that really symbolizes Shanti and her relationship with Smith Center. I think Barbara would be floored if she saw Smith Center today. It's this extraordinary building with all kinds of projects going on here. Shanti has created a family under one roof. I can't begin to tell you, Shanti, how in awe I am of how your life and Smith Center became an organic whole. Your kindness is reflected in everyone who works for you. I'm fortunate to call you my friend. You have contributed so much to making my life more whole and meaningful. I'm going to miss you here, but happy that we'll continue our friendship.
Shanti and I met back in October of 2010 when I was being trained on the Smith Center's wonderful patient navigation program in integrative oncology. There were a number of things that I admired about Shanti, and one was certainly always her calmness and sense of connection, not just obviously with herself, but the world and the people around her. And that calmness remained whenever there were challenges. And as a result of that, she often kept those around her in that calm sense and reminding them of their inner beauties while they were out doing their various work. I take great pride and homage in having had the opportunity to work for Shanti. I'm going to miss her.
Well, Shanti, it is really a joy for me to be part of this tribute to you. Just honoring all you've done over 21 years and wishing you the best as you move forward to what's next for you in life. It's hard for me to believe that we have been hanging around together for 16 years. Years which have filled me up and deepened me and helped me grow. And so much of that has been because of you. Your steady, peaceful presence, your guidance, reminding me always to slow down and simply be, to put aside my own issues and just show up. You have such deep empathy, Shanti, for all who are struggling with life, be it with cancer or anything else. You have a gift of healing words, offered in the best way and at the right time. And you continue to create amazing, transforming programs. Over all these years, your deep caring for this work and for all of us who are involved has truly been profound. You have been and always will be our rock. My passion has always been the CHP. That is my heart and soul, and I believe the soul of Smith Center. And I continue to cherish being a part of it. My memories are legion, yet nowhere close to all of your memories. May those memories carry you as you move on to what's next for you. You are so much loved by all of us, and I thank you for being the gift that you are. Love you, Shia.
Shanti, I want to tell you that I am so happy for this new time in your life, and I am very blessed to know you. While not as long as others, it has been just powerful and inspiring to be in your presence, to see the work that you have done and are doing to help those who are in need. And you inspire me to do more, to reach more, and to give more. Thank you.
In Sanskrit, Shanti means quiet, peace, and tranquility. What a perfect name for you. For the past 21 years, you've been an island of peacefulness for all of us who are going through the storminess and deep, dark fear that comes with the cancer diagnosis. You've been our safety net and our beacon of light. Shanti, you came into my life 16 years ago at a very difficult time when my late husband John was going through chemotherapy for metastatic bladder cancer. We didn't know what to do, and we were overwhelmed by the turn that our lives had taken. But from the moment we met you at our first Living with Cancer program, we knew we had found our safe place. You taught us how to breathe. You helped us find our path to healing. And you taught us how to learn to live again each day to the fullest, despite the cancer diagnosis. Your understanding, compassion, and insight of what it means to go on this cancer journey is unmatched. And while most ordinary people would have walked away a long time ago because of the stress of this kind of work, you kept going, and you've been there for hundreds of people and changed so many lives. Your dedication to Barbara's vision for Smith Center has been unwavering. And because of your leadership and your passion, we all now have this magical place where we come for support, for healing, and for better lives. In addition to being my teacher and my guide, Shanti, you've been my cherished friend. We've gone through so much together. Shanti, you are the most beautiful person I know, and that beauty comes from deep within your core and permeates everything you do and everyone you touch. And our lives are so enriched because of you.
Hi Shanti, boy am I lucky that I taught you in the last 3 years that you were here at Smith Center. In addition to looking a little bit like you and sharing your classy style, I know that we've made the deep connection that we have because we share a passion for whole person health, art, and you. Thank you for being my mentor, my guide, for trusting me to hold the container for nearly everybody that walks through this door on a daily basis. It means the world to me. Thank you for allowing me to grow in ways that I had no idea I could grow. Personally, professionally, as a mom, as a teacher, and dare I say, an artist. One last thing to share with you. I fell in love with painting because of that very first art class I took with you in Sight Painting. And I will continue to share my knowledge and my understanding of art and healing at Smith Center and in my own personal journey. Thank you for everything. I love you. Be well.
Hi, I'm Don Zauderer from American University and was a participant in the first Smith Farm Center for the Healing Arts Cancer Help Program. And this program took place on November 18th through 24th, 1996. In my role at the university, I have done many personal growth courses and workshops, and I traveled throughout the United States taking personal growth workshops. Never in my life have I seen anything so extraordinary as what was put together at Smith Farm. And I think it's Shanti's leadership with integrity that helps us understand why the organization is such a success. And among these questions that I raised in this article are, to what extent do you serve in deputyship to the service of others? To what extent do you exhibit an intense commitment to mission? To what extent do you search for new and innovative ways on how to better fulfill your mission? To what extent do you identify and reinforce core values that create a healthy and productive work environment? To what extent do you strive to learn about your own strengths and flat sides of your personality and identify a clear vision of where you need to improve? To what extent do you exhibit personal humility? To what extent do you exhibit fierce resolve in turning a vision into a reality? To what extent do you exhibit courage to do what is right, even when there is a risk? And to what extent do you maintain a consistent commitment to do what is right, especially under conditions of adversity? And I think on all of these questions, which I raise at the end of this article, there could be paragraphs written about why Shanti Norris would score very highly on this questionnaire. Shanti, you have been a gift to the cancer community. You've been a gift to me personally. Your love and compassion and commitment to us all has made an enormous difference to each of us personally and to the cancer help community. Thank you very much for your service.
When I had probably been here 6 months, my then boyfriend and current husband was diagnosed with fairly advanced cancer. cancer, and I would never have known what to do next, where to start. I came in sobbing, and Shanti stopped me at the door and brought me to her office, and I explained what was going on, and she and Carol and a few others here helped me through every step of the way, navigating what I could do, how I could be more than just a victim of this. Without the wisdom of Shanti and Smith Center, I think that we wouldn't have had the outcome that we had, and I certainly don't think that we would have grown in the way that we did through that experience. It helped me to look at it in such a different light and to be a powerful player in a situation that was so difficult. So I'm extremely grateful for it, and I do feel like the way that it all happened, I came here at just the right time where I needed Smith Center, and I've been able to turn that around and be of service to others, which is an incredible gift in itself, but I gained some of that wisdom myself. Shanti has been an incredible mentor to me. I didn't expect that when I came here. I didn't know what to expect, but she really demonstrated how you can be powerful and strong as a woman, as a leader, without always leaning in, while kind of creating space for yourself and creating space for others in your world and in your community. How to be a whole person, a whole compassionate human being, and still be strong and still make an impact in your community and for a great organization like this. She embodied all of those things, and she has given me something to strive for in that respect, in my career and in my life. You can do great work, and you can lead, and you can be strong, but you can still have balance and that soft side and hold space for others. So I really couldn't have asked for more in a mentor than Shanti, and I hope that I will make her proud in the rest of the work that I do.
Having the privilege of knowing Shanti has certainly transformed my life and how I approach my work. From the moment we first met over coffee 12 years ago, she had me. I have marveled at her boundless optimism and unshakable faith in the universe providing what you need at the exact right time you need it. She is such an exceptional being. I continued to learn from her on a daily basis over those 12 years. Shanti is fearless in exploring ideas, the what-ifs and why-nots, and my favorite times at Smith Center have been when I'm in the eye of what I call a Shanti brainstorm, tossing around new concepts and sitting with her in the swirl of possibilities for improving how we can serve our community, and then taking those ideas and birthing them into reality. Unlike anyone I've known, she continually demonstrated the art of focusing in with laser-like accuracy on the heart of a decision while keeping the heart in the decision. She's been totally, passionately dedicated in making Smith Center a sanctuary for people with cancer, immediately dropping everything to meet with a stranger or an old friend seeking help, and joining them on their island of loneliness and pain. I can't think of anyone better to make that journey of healing with. She has such a deep wellspring of empathy and compassion that has made Smith Center what it is, and inspired those of us who have worked with her to emulate that compassion for anyone walking through our doors. You've been a gift to us and a blessing to those who have crossed our threshold. Much happiness in your retirement.
Working with Shanti, she honestly was like the true visionary in the strongest sense of the word. She was a visionary, she's an artist, she's a big thinker, and she's limitless in her creative wanderings. And I always said it was like working almost with like a wild horse. She would come up with these brilliant ideas, and to other people it'd almost be impossible to dream that big, but she would give me these ideas and say, I want to have this type of festival. Go, figure it out. But she gave me this freedom to just sort of dream big and go with her on these adventures and these journeys. And I loved that collaboration. So I always felt like she was a catalyst for dreaming big. And I loved working with her that way. And I'm hoping that a small piece of that rubbed off on me, because now I'm like, I could possibly take that on thanks to Shanti Norris. So I just feel so honored to have had that time beside her and collaborating with her and partnering with her and realizing these impossibilities. So I'm forever grateful to her for opening that door to the impossible.
Over the past 14 years, I've come to know Shanti and her extraordinary devotion to family, friends, healing, and the ecumenical community. Her founding as Smith Center for Healing in the Arts also guided her from deep knowledge of yoga, integrative and alternative medicine into a passion for social justice. She has listened and soothed, fought and conquered in the name of arts and healing to bring recognition to a center like no other. What you may or may not know that Shanti can have a wicked sense of humor, explosive childish joy from the simplest wondrous things, fervor for risk-taking, and learning about others in all parts of the world and all walks of life. Shanti bathes in transcendent appreciation for how complete each day is and longs to go to the other side of the world to see what happens there as well. If a sage were to ask Shanti Norris what is the meaning of life, I believe she would very thoughtfully answer, bringing healing, justice, and devotion to as many people as possible. Celebrating her oneness in this path spreads a swell into so many of our lives and all of those in need around us. Thank you, Shanti, for your extraordinary gifts for humanity and for Smith Center for Healing and the Arts. Om Shanti.
Hi Shanti, so this is a poem I wrote for thinking of you. It's called Shanti's Greeting. A ray on a rainy day, a warm embrace in a storm, patience, strength, perseverance, a gypsy dance, a slow fall, a graceful rise, a Celtic song, a quiet break, a magnificent riff, a stretch to reach the stars, a deep breath, a peaceful soar, warm smile, step in for a hug, whisper a wish, release to the world. This is how you make me feel. Thank you, Shanti.